Hello, I'd like to spend the next few minutes to tell you about this two-day course in the energy efficiency and retrofit of traditional buildings, the only course of its kind that delivers a real qualification in this subject. During the course, we will look at a variety of different case studies and work examples of many different types of buildings, which are all personal to me. That's in respect of how we analyze a building to understand their heritage values, their significance, understand how to develop heritage impact assessments, to undertaking condition surveys, building pathological analyses, and implementing retrofit. The course has 3 units. The first part is understanding the age, nature, and characteristics of a traditional building. The second part looks at assessing the options for the introduction of energy efficiency measures, but not just measures, but the other things we can do to a traditional building to make it more energy efficient. And the last part involves making recommendations and giving advice, not just on the introduction of energy efficiency measures, but all the other things we can do to buildings, looking at how we should be gathering the information, looking at how this information should be presented in the report, and also considering some of the practicalities involved in the implementation of retrofit. I will take you through the retrofit process. The first part of that process is understanding significance, understanding the heritage values of a building. Then we come on to number 2, undertaking the condition survey, how to do it properly, taking a building pathological approach, which means we need to properly understand the use of the building and its internal environmental conditions. We must understand the external environmental conditions, and of course we must understand the building itself, how it was constructed, what it constructed in, and looking at all the changes it's gone through during its history. Then we come on to number 3, producing the energy performance certificate, assessing the energy performance of a building. We'll be touching on a number of ways in which we can do that and looking at some of the detail in respect to the issues we need to understand and deal with from a traditional building perspective. And then we come on to number 4. The first part of number 4 is looking at the EPC and seeing if it's accurate or not and doing a critique of it. Then we look at the measures which are being recommended by the EPC. We'll also look at the recommendations coming out of the condition survey and producing a mix of works and measures which in combination will improve the energy performance of the building. Then we'll look at number 5, do a cost-benefit analysis on all those things which have been recommended. Number 6 takes us on to undertaking heritage impact assessments. I'll show you a number of different examples of how we undertake this. Then we come on to number 7, finalising our proposals, designing and specifying the works and measures. And when we're doing this, we need to think of how this work will be implemented on site. So we need to build into this quality management processes, which include inspection and test plans. Then we come on to number 8, implementing the work. And there again, it should be independently monitored, with a firm eye on quality. Then we come on to number 9. The post-occupancy analysis, whether we've achieved our objectives, whether we've got any unintended consequences. How do we do that in a robust way? And also looking at the audit, which is different to the evaluation. The audit is making sure that we've actually got what we intended to achieve in terms of the work that's being implemented at the site. We'll also be touching on and looking at, in some respects in a great deal of detail, the relevant guidance and standards which exist. I'm very familiar with all these different sets of guidance. For example, I led in the development of BS 7913, which for me is the main core document when we're thinking about implementing any work to a traditional building, especially when we're considering the retrofitting of traditional buildings. I authored the IHBC guidance, which is a process based upon BS 7913, and I've largely described that to you when we were just looking at the retrofit process just a moment ago. I'm familiar with this European standard on the energy efficiency of historic buildings because I was part of the BSI Cultural Heritage Committee, which oversaw the development of that standard. And in terms of PAS 2035 and PAS 2030, I was a member of the panel that produced these documents. So I'll be touching on all these documents, plus the RICS Home Survey Standard where it's appropriate to do so in the 2-day course. I'll also be touching on this. In the UK, PAS 2035 is a major part of what we're doing in retrofitting homes which receive public finance. There are a number of critical issues which we need to analyse and understand where PAS 2035 is concerned and traditional buildings, things we should really be conscious of, and I'll tell you more about those things during the 2-day course. People do this course for a variety of reasons. Many people do it because they want the qualification, they want to be recognised for having a certain level of knowledge in the energy efficiency and retrofit of traditional buildings. Other people just want to gain the knowledge. We have had people from not just all around the UK, but also from as far as Malta, Italy, and the Republic of Ireland. But many people doing this course at the moment want the qualification because they're working under PAS 2035. And in particular, if you are a retrofit assessor, a retrofit coordinator, or a retrofit evaluator working under PAS 2035, then you will need to obtain this qualification. I am the course tutor, and I was initially recruited by CITB's National Construction College to develop this 2-day course because of my broad range of experience, which covers everything that's covered within this very broad-ranging course. I'm also a certified historic buildings expert. I've worked for CADU, I've worked for English Heritage, and currently I'm a director of Edwards Hart Consultants. And we undertake more or less all the things which are covered in this course, as well as involving my academic work in the University of Wales Trinity St David and the Construction Wales Innovation Centre. So why not get qualified in energy efficiency retrofit of traditional buildings? And even if you don't want the qualification, if you come on this course with us, you'll find it's being delivered with genuine expertise in all the areas we need to consider, right from understanding those heritage values and heritage impact assessments to building pathology and how to design and implement retrofit measures and works to a traditional buildings. Remember, the works and the measures together. If you sign up with us, there's another advantage in that you will receive an Environment Study Centre discount if you want to book onto the 1-day course in the understanding and dealing with dampness in buildings. Dampness in buildings is a critical part of retrofit. And finally, another advantage is if you book with the Environment Study Centre, you will get free access to the Environment Study Centre webinars. So get qualified, do the course. I hope to see you soon. Many thanks for listening.